What if the vegetables you thought were helping were actually doing harm? For millions of seniors across the United States, the choices made at the dinner table have never been more important. As we age, our nutritional needs evolve, and suddenly, every bite becomes more than just a matter of taste. It's about protecting the heart, sustaining energy, easing inflammation, and defending the immune system. And yet one food group continues to raise more questions than answers. Vegetables. Yes, the very foods we're told to pile high on our plates could be silently working against us. While vegetables are generally seen as the ultimate health food, the truth might surprise you. Not all vegetables are created equal when it comes to senior health. In fact, there are certain vegetables that older adults should avoid altogether. These aren't obscure ingredients from faraway lands. They're everyday items found in home kitchens, retirement communities, and even hospital cafeterias. Some of these vegetables can spike blood sugar, disrupt digestion, and worsen inflammation. Others interfere with common medications or impair nutrient absorption. The good news? There are also vegetables that act like natural medicine, packed with fiber, antioxidants, and age-defying nutrients that can protect your joints, boost circulation, support brain health, and promote vitality well into your 70s, 80s, and beyond. In this powerful video from Health Solutions, we reveal both sides of the story. The 3 worst vegetables seniors should avoid, and the 3 best vegetables they should embrace regularly. If you or someone you love is over 60, this is essential viewing. Not because you need to overhaul your entire diet, but because smart vegetable choices can be the difference between feeling sluggish and feeling strong. Throughout this video, we'll introduce you to real people who made simple shifts and experienced powerful results. You'll hear their stories, see the science behind each recommendation, and walk away with clear, actionable guidance, not guesswork. Because when it comes to aging well, it's not about eating more vegetables. It's about choosing better ones. So, let's get started with the worst vegetables. 1. Canned corn. Canned corn, a pantry staple, a comfort food, a nostalgic nod to summer cookouts and casseroles. But beneath its golden sweetness lies a hidden danger, especially for older adults. While fresh corn in moderation can have its place in a balanced diet, canned corn is an entirely different story, one that deserves serious attention from anyone over 60. The problem starts with how it's processed. Canned corn is not only stripped of many of its natural nutrients during packaging, but it's often loaded with added sugar and sodium, 2 dietary culprits that can wreak havoc on senior health. As we age, our ability to regulate blood sugar diminishes. Many seniors are already managing prediabetes, insulin resistance, or full-blown type 2 diabetes. Yet canned corn, with its high glycemic index, sends blood sugar soaring, especially when eaten in large portions or alongside other starches like bread or potatoes. But the concerns don't end there. Digestive issues are another common complaint among older adults. Constipation, bloating, and gas are often treated as normal aging woes, but certain fibers can make them worse. Canned corn contains a type of insoluble fiber that ferments in the gut, leading to discomfort many seniors attribute to just getting older, when in fact it could be a direct result of what's on the plate. And then there's sodium. Just half a cup of canned corn can contain over 300 milligrams of sodium, a number that can quickly add up, especially in individuals taking medications for high blood pressure, kidney disease, or heart failure. The excess sodium leads to fluid retention, swelling, and increased strain on the cardiovascular system, consequences no aging body can afford to ignore. This isn't just theory, it's real life. Take Clementine Nash, a 72-year-old retired art teacher from Flagstaff, Arizona. Thinking she was eating healthy, she swapped out fast food for homemade soups and salads using canned vegetables, corn included. But her blood pressure remained stubbornly high, her ankles were swollen, and her energy kept dipping after lunch. A review of her food diary by a dietitian uncovered the problem. Clementine cut out canned corn and swapped in fresh green beans and roasted zucchini. The transformation? Her blood pressure dropped, the swelling subsided, and she even lost 4 pounds in a month without changing anything else. More importantly, she felt clearer, lighter, and more in control of her health. Now let's shift to another surprise. On the do not eat raw list, cruciferous vegetables. Yes, these are often the darlings of the health food world: kale, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, praised for their dense nutrient profiles and cancer-fighting properties. But when consumed raw, especially in large quantities, they can cause unexpected issues in older adults. The culprit? A compound called goitrogens. Goitrogens suppress thyroid function by blocking the body's ability to absorb iodine, a critical mineral for hormone production. And while this may not be a concern for younger folks with a robust endocrine system, many seniors already struggle with sluggish thyroids, weight gain, fatigue, or are taking thyroid medications. Raw, cruciferous veggies can make the problem worse without anyone realizing why. Even beyond the thyroid, the digestive impact of these raw vegetables can be severe. Their high levels of insoluble fiber and complex sugars like raffinose are difficult for the aging gut to break down. Bloating, gas, and prolonged fullness often follow, symptoms many seniors silently endure, not knowing they might find relief by simply cooking their greens. And that's not all. Some research suggests that when consumed raw and excessively, these vegetables can also inhibit the absorption of calcium and iron, two minerals critical for bone density and oxygen transport in older bodies, especially postmenopausal women. Need proof? Meet Wallace Trentham, a 75-year-old jazz pianist from Michigan. Inspired by wellness blogs, Wallace started blending raw kale and broccoli smoothies every morning. But soon after, he noticed cold hands and feet, fatigue, and brain fog. Blood. Tests revealed low thyroid hormones and early signs of iron deficiency. His new diet, heavy in raw goitrogenic vegetables, was the cause. Once he began steaming his vegetables and introducing iodine-rich foods like seaweed and eggs, his symptoms reversed. Wallace still eats his greens, but now he does so in a way that fuels, not fights, his health. Still with us? Good. Because the next healthy vegetable might be silently fueling your joint pain. Let's talk about spinach. While spinach is loaded with vitamins and minerals, it also contains high levels of oxalates, natural compounds that bind with calcium and iron in the digestive tract, making these nutrients harder to absorb. For seniors already at risk for osteoporosis or anemia, eating raw spinach frequently could actually worsen these deficiencies, even though it seems like a healthy choice on the surface. The danger doesn't end with mineral absorption. Spinach is also extremely high in vitamin K1, which plays a crucial role in blood clotting. For most people, that's a good thing. But for seniors taking blood thinners like warfarin or Coumadin, it can be a dangerous interaction. High unregulated intake of vitamin K can interfere with these medications, putting seniors at risk for blood clots or unstable INR levels, which measure how well the blood is clotting. That's exactly what happened to Neville Ruburn, a 79-year-old, retired airplane mechanic from Bakersfield, California. For years, Neville had been on a stable blood thinner regimen after a mild stroke. But recently, his lab results began showing erratic INR readings, and his doctors were concerned. The twist? He hadn't changed his medications at all. The only difference was his new morning habit: a superfood smoothie made with raw spinach, which his granddaughter had convinced him to try. Once they removed the raw spinach from his routine, Neville's blood levels stabilized and his care team breathed a sigh of relief. The good news? Neville didn't have to give up spinach altogether. He just started sautéing it lightly before adding it to meals. Cooking spinach reduces both oxalate levels and vitamin K concentration, making it much safer for those on blood-thinning medications or struggling with mineral absorption. The bottom line, While all vegetables offer some benefits, not all are ideal for seniors, especially when factoring in medication interactions, slower digestion, and the natural changes that come with age. Fortunately, making small, informed adjustments can lead to big improvements in energy, mobility, and overall wellness. Now that we've uncovered the vegetables that could be working against you, let's turn the page and look at the ones that could be your best allies, starting with a humble but mighty root vegetable, beets. Beets may not win any popularity contests at the dinner table, but when it comes to supporting senior health, they're nothing short of remarkable. This earthy, jewel-toned root is one of the best vegetables older adults can add to their diet, especially if they're concerned about circulation, blood pressure, brain health, or inflammation. The secret lies in nitrates, naturally occurring, compounds in beets that convert to nitric oxide in the body. Nitric oxide is a game changer for aging adults. It relaxes and widens blood vessels, improving blood flow and reducing strain on the heart. This is crucial because as we age, our arteries tend to stiffen, making it harder for the heart to pump efficiently. By including beets or beet juice in the diet, even just a few times a week, seniors can experience lower systolic blood pressure and improved circulation. But beets go beyond just heart health. They're loaded with beta-lanes and phytonutrients, powerful compounds that help fight oxidative stress and chronic inflammation, two underlying factors in many age-related conditions like arthritis, diabetes, and cognitive decline. These anti-inflammatory effects can make a noticeable difference in how seniors feel day to day, reducing joint pain, improving energy levels, and enhancing resilience to illness. The benefits extend to the brain as well. Improved blood flow doesn't just help the heart. It nourishes the brain, too. Studies show that regular beet consumption may enhance cognitive performance, especially in the frontal lobe, which controls memory, focus, and decision-making. In fact, researchers at Wake Forest University found that drinking beet juice before exercise actually improved brain connectivity in older adults, suggesting that beets could be a valuable tool in the fight against cognitive decline. Consider Harvey Benton, a 68-year-old former marathon runner from Fort Collins, Colorado. After retiring, Harvey noticed he was feeling more sluggish and forgetful than usual. He still stayed active, but something felt off, as he put it. At a friend's suggestion, he began adding roasted beets to his salads and sipping beet juice before his morning walks. Within weeks, he reported feeling more mentally alert, with better stamina and focus throughout the day. His blood pressure also dipped into a healthier range, prompting his doctor to lower his medication dose slightly. Harvey's experience isn't unique. The compounds in beets have been shown to improve vascular function, reduce fatigue, and support overall brain health, all key goals for seniors looking to stay sharp, steady, and strong. And the best part? Beets are easy to enjoy. Roast them, steam them, or blend them into a smoothie. Just avoid canned versions packed with sugar or salt, and let the natural power of beets do the work. The best vegetable number 2. Red bell peppers. Yandoafu. First glance, red bell peppers might seem like just a colorful addition to your plate. But for seniors, they're a nutritional powerhouse hiding in plain sight. With their sweet taste, vibrant color, and crisp texture, red bell peppers are far more than a salad garnish. They're one of the best vegetables older adults can eat regularly to support their health from the inside out. Why red bell peppers? Specifically, because they're the ripest and most nutrient-dense of all bell pepper varieties. As bell peppers mature from green to red, their levels of vitamin C, beta-carotene, and powerful antioxidants increase dramatically. In fact, one medium red bell pepper contains more than 150% of the daily recommended intake of vitamin C, a crucial nutrient that supports the immune system, aids in collagen production for joint and skin health, and acts as a natural antioxidant to fight cellular aging. For seniors who are often more susceptible to infections and slower wound healing, the high vitamin C content in red peppers is especially valuable. It strengthens the immune response and also supports iron absorption, helping combat anemia, a common issue in older adults, particularly women. But the benefits don't stop there. Red bell peppers are also an excellent source of fiber, which promotes healthy digestion and regularity, something many seniors struggle with due to a slower digestive system. A steady intake of fiber can prevent constipation, reduce the risk of diverticulitis, and help maintain a healthy weight, all without being harsh on the stomach. Even more compelling is their anti-inflammatory profile. Red bell peppers contain a rich blend of carotenoids, including beta-carotene, lutein, and zeaxanthin, which not only give the peppers their bright color, but also help reduce inflammation and support eye health. This is critical for seniors managing age-related macular degeneration or vision decline. Just ask Eleanor Quinn, a 74-year-old avid gardener from Asheville, North Carolina. Eleanor had always been a fan of fresh produce, but as she aged, she began experiencing more frequent colds and occasional digestive discomfort. After a nutrition workshop at her community center, she made a simple switch. She began snacking on raw red bell pepper slices instead of crackers, adding them to her stir-fries, omelets, and wraps. Within a few weeks, she noticed her digestion was smoother, her energy steadier, and she hadn't caught her usual seasonal cold. At her next checkup, her doctor even complimented her on her improved iron levels and healthy weight maintenance. Eleanor's story is a perfect example of how a small dietary shift can make a big difference. Red bell peppers aren't just easy to incorporate, they're incredibly versatile. Eat them raw for a crunchy snack, sauté them into savory dishes, or blend them into a soup or dip. However you enjoy them, you'll be giving your body a potent dose of nutrients that fight aging at every level. The worst vegetable number 3, white potatoes. For decades, white potatoes have held a comforting place on the dinner table, mashed, baked, or fried. But for seniors, especially those managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or weight concerns, white potatoes can quietly sabotage health. Despite being technically a vegetable, they behave more like refined carbohydrates in the body. With a high glycemic index, white potatoes cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, leading to energy crashes, increased fat storage, and elevated insulin resistance over time. This becomes particularly problematic for older adults, whose metabolism naturally slows down and whose sensitivity to glucose fluctuations increases with age. But the concerns don't stop at blood sugar. Many seniors also consume white potatoes in processed forms. Think fries, chips, or prepackaged mashed varieties, where they're often loaded with salt, unhealthy fats, and preservatives. This combination increases inflammation, puts additional strain on the cardiovascular system, and contributes to weight gain around the abdomen, one of the most dangerous areas for fat accumulation. Even when boiled or baked, a large serving of plain white potatoes can throw off nutritional balance, if not paired with enough protein or fiber. That's why seniors looking to protect their heart, joints, and metabolic health should limit white potatoes or swap them for lower glycemic alternatives like sweet potatoes or cauliflower mash. In conclusion, aging doesn't mean giving up the foods you love. It means making smarter choices that work with your body, not against it. When it comes to vegetables, it's not about loading your plate with everything green. It's about understanding what your body truly needs as the years go by. Some vegetables, despite their reputation, can quietly disrupt digestion, spike blood, sugar, or worsen inflammation. Others, when chosen wisely, can boost circulation, sharpen memory, soothe joints, and energize your days. So whether you're cooking for yourself or caring for someone over 60, let your vegetable choices reflect wisdom, not habit. At Health Solutions, we're here to help you eat not just more, but better, for a longer, stronger, and more vibrant life.